Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4. We're going to be using the Honda CBR 1000RRR Fireblade SP from the year 2020. So of course this bike came in the Extreme Performance DLC pack, which came out just a couple of days ago. And of course this included this magnificent bike and a few others, pretty decent bikes I'll say. Not the best collection of bikes we've seen in a DLC package before, but at the same time I'm quite happy, especially with this Honda. It feels fantastic, it looks absolutely gorgeous. I can't really complain too much. Of course the handling on Ride 4 is pretty good nowadays with the change of the electronics, and of course with bikes such as these, really feel good, apart from when you're under this sort of a tank slapping moment is, oh Jesus, I thought we were going to lose it there going into turn 3. My goodness, of course, doing the Nordschleife in the dark is going to be a time trial challenge, or a target time attack if you will. This is part of the Ride 4 career mode in the Extreme Performance DLC category. And yeah, I love the Nordschleife and I love tackling it with bikes such as these, so I'm pleased to test this out. Of course we'll be doing the Nordschleife, this target time attack, and then we'll be doing a Grand Prix to see how things handle when push comes to shove against the AI. So of course travelling with a lot of speed. Now a little bit of a wheelie there, that sort of put me out kilter a little bit, but it's quite alright. We can still just gently come into this part of the section here, because I find if you're carrying too much speed going into turn 9, my goodness, the bike, whoa! Heart attacks for everyone, oh my goodness. I was about to say the bike gets very unstable into turn 9 and then up to the rest of turn 10, and yeah, right on cue that happens, so do be careful if you're doing this target time attack. A little bit more careful than I was, let's say, because I was a little bit out of shape there, and because of that, we had those few moments. Going on the left-hand side of the tyre once more for this magnificent section of corners. I love that change of direction. I do appreciate a good chicane anywhere, and especially here in the Nordschleife, as there's plenty different styles of corners and undulation. There's just everything. This track has literally everything. Fast corners, tight corners, stop and go corners, you name it, it's just so good. As we are approaching the difficult part here, because we're going to be braking very hard in a moment's time for this right-hander, which then flicks into the left-hand side. Of course, very difficult to see the track right now, as it's about 7:30, 22 degrees air temperature here in Germany, and of course there's not many lights to illuminate the track. I'm going to see one down here, and there's not much. I'm not sure why there's so little floodlights or lampposts or anything around this track. But I guess that just adds to the whole appeal of the track. I mean, you can't do this on an RM, for example, but you could definitely do it with an EM or even just a normal standard road bike. We're going under a little bit more of light here, and oh, a little bit out of shape there. The change of direction would be wise not to brake and turn at the same time if you can help it. Of course, that's not ideal. Of course, big news for tomorrow, MotoGP 21 is here. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. I've heard so good and so many good things about it that I just really can't wait for it, so I do hope you're as excited as I am. If you haven't subscribed already, I would advise for you to do so now, so that you can be prepared to see my videos for tomorrow and then further on with all my MotoGP content. Of course, the Ride 4 fans, I will continue to do Ride 4 videos, but from what I understand is MotoGP 21's handling is a little bit different this year. It's similar to what Ride 4's is, but a little bit unique, so I'm very keen to try it out and see how things sort of feel underneath the controller. Of course, I'll be using the DualShock 4 for that one. Do understand that the DualShock 5 on the PlayStation 5 has improved haptic feedback, which I will not be able to take advantage of because I don't have a PlayStation 5, but I am running it on PC, so I can't wait to see how well it handles, how well it performs, and just to see everything really up to date and ready for action, you know. I want to replicate the latest Grand Prix because MotoGP at the minute has been absolutely awesome. To be honest, it always is. So, yeah, I shouldn't really be surprised. Moto 3 stealing the show once again, as always, as we now go into the right-hander. I love this section of track. It's really good, really positive parts of the track. It's a sort of a fast-flowing parts that really feel natural, it feel great, and then every now and again you'll get a really difficult left-hander or a tight right-hander just to chuck in there. There's a part of this track I always do struggle with, and it's not so long after this part. It's a change of direction that goes downhill. And oh my goodness, a little bit out of shape there as well. So it's similar to this part here, but it's quite steep. You practically don't go vertical downwards, and you lose a lot of time if you're not careful. And it's very easy to lose the front of the motorcycle there. But I am pleased to see that I have not crashed here at this track. This is my first time using the Honda, as you can see in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. Only 10 miles is done so far, and those 10 miles are literally done just on this part here. Up to this 5 minutes of this Grand Prix so far. Oh, a little bit wide. I should really focus on the riding and not talking about things. So go right here. Now the AI always struggle in this particular corner in turn 27. Every single time I race here in the Nordschleife against the AI, abundance of them just crash in there, and I don't know why. This is the part I was referring to earlier, that sort of steep vertical part that catches me off guard every time. Now we're into the sort of safe zone because I don't feel like there's too much stuff that can go wrong in these particular corners. It's just fast and flowing, 150 miles an hour to take that corner, drop it down to 100 miles an hour here, and then flick it to the left. Down to first gear or second gear, it's entirely up to you. I did drop down to first gear, but I was still higher for revs, so the automatic shifter moved us up back into second place. Or at least second gear, should I say. But I'm pretty confident we're going to absolutely smash the time on this target time attack. They're quite friendly when it comes to the Nordschleife. They're not like within a couple of seconds, or at least up to my skill. But usually they are pretty fair. They're not too bad. Some of the target trial time attacks, they get in within about 10-15 seconds of them. So we're on the long straight now. Curious to see if this bike can top over 205 miles an hour. It's going to be up to 200. 1, 2. Oh, it's maxing. Keep going. No, it's not going to do it, is it? It's stuck at about 201, 202. But magnificent bike. We're just flying through here, carrying a lot of speed for the left-hand here. Just let go of the acceleration ever so slightly, drop it down to about 190 miles an hour, and get ready to flick it right a little bit, because this part is absolutely pitch black, so do be careful going around this particular section if you're not that confident. And then flick it to the right, get ready to flick it to the left in a moment's time, still in first gear, to then flick it to the right for the finish part. Well, we smashed it by about 20 seconds, 15 seconds-ish. Beautifully done. Now let's get on with some racing. So now we move across to the Virginia International Raceway, I think that's what it's called, on board this magnificent Honda. You know the drill, we'll pull over to one side, let the AI get ahead of us, and then we will chase them down. I do believe this is the North Circuit, not the entirety of the track, and I do find that the North Circuit is actually the best part of the track. It includes all the best parts, like such as that very difficult right-hander in about turn 9, I think it is. Turn 7, I can't really remember. We'll see as we get closer to it, as we are starting from the back of the grid. Let's have a look at some wicked overtakes in this one as well, because I'm pretty confident I can chuck in this motorcycle pretty much anywhere I want it. So we'll be going around the outside of Owen Brown for the very first time. Not quite, we're gonna... Well, yes, we did. I did think about it, and I thought maybe I'll just hang back a little bit more, but I'm happy to go for a little bit of an overtake there. Taking it steady, you'll see on the acceleration in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. I'm not exactly pushing. I'm quite happy just to go with a little bit, 30% off the full throttle, so maybe 70%, or even drop it to like 60% sometimes. But most of the time, I don't really go full throttle because the AI just can't compete. There's just no point. If we go full throttle, we'll probably beat them by turn 1. So we're going to go for the twisty section of turn 12. We could potentially have a lunge on Eddie McDowell if he runs it wide, and he looks like he is a little bit out of shape. We're going to be right in the rear of the BMW as we flick it left for turn 16, and then get again left again for turn 17. Flick it to the right for turn 18 for the hog pen. Of course, a lot of time can be gained there and lost if you're not careful on the acceleration in that corner. And we're now into the slipstream, or at least we were in the slipstream at Eddie McDowell, getting a lot of speed regardless of the slipstream, across the timing line for the first time, and it's going to be 4 more laps to the end of this Grand Prix. So oh, carnage! Carnage has occurred ahead! Oh my goodness, massive amount of carnage has happened between two riders there. Not entirely sure what happened, but let rest assured be known, there was carnage. Oh, that's a beautiful move up on the inside of Eddie McDowell as we flick it left for turn 3 for the NASCAR end. And we go around the outside of Walter Nemitz. Oh, a little bit close to the left. Oh, that is beautiful. We were really close to putting our arms on his bike there, and we didn't even need to go that close, but I'm glad we did because that made for some entertaining moves. Put that in the archive. I'm quite pleased with that one. Ralph Wack in front of us. Oh, give him a bit of a shove up the rear. Oh, goodness me. Bumped into the rear of Ralph Wack. We'll let Walter Nemitz get through as well because I don't really know where he was on track at that point. I didn't want to just flick back onto the circuit and end up crashing into the German, so I think that was the smarter move. Walter Nemitz is there. We could have a lunge up on the inside if he goes a little bit wide. This is going to be tight. We're practically pushing wide for the roller coaster of turn 15 as we now flick it left for turn 16. Ralph Wack in our sights, just waiting for the moment to overtake him. We'll be patient, no rush for him yet. We could go full throttle and just absolutely blast past him, but we'll sort of feather it a little bit. We'll hang around 90%. As you can see, even 80%, 90% of acceleration is still going to be way quicker than he is. So the AI, of course, don't go full throttle for some strange reason, unbeknown to me. As we now go into the horseshoe, right on the rear of Ralph Wack. The German is defending well, but he's not going to be able to defend enough to deter me from an overtake. I'm guessing probably in the left-hander in a moment's time, just after the NASCAR bend. I can go for the inside, which we do. Beautifully done. Run it a little bit wide for the left hook, but it's quite alright, because when we flick it right for turn 5, we'll be on the right-hand side of the tyre, ready and prepared for a wonderful move. So going into Snake for turn 7, big wheelie there, but it's quite alright. Now going into turn 8, the corner I was referring to at the beginning of this race. Excuse me, it's turn 9. I didn't even see turn 8 come in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Bad commentary there, but moving on. We've got to focus on this Grand Prix, because of course there is only 2.5 laps remaining to chase down Rina Ono, and the person in second place, can't actually see who it is right now, and then Tommy Edwards, the American, leading in his own Grand Prix. Dean Schmal in second place. But of course, Rina Ono will be pressured in a minute's time. He knows, or she knows, I'm coming. If it doesn't take us too long. Oh, he loses the front! Oh, he's lost the front into the hog pen. Jesus. I was not expecting that. I wanted to get into the rear and start fighting with him, or her, or just the Japanese rider. I was not expecting them to lose the front in that corner. It is easy to lose the front to that corner if you're not careful, as we've just seen on display. But now it's Dean Schmal, or Dan Schmal. Tommy Edwards in first place. I can't imagine it is going to take us too long to fight these guys and get in there and start giving them the big don't argue. I do feel another move up into turn 4, round the outside of Dan Schmal. Can we get it done here? It's going to be close, going to be close. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Put that in the DrAce archives, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased with that one. You know, I really need to start taking all the clips for the DrAce archive and then just finish it. So then when Ride 4 eventually completes, I could do like a full compilation of all the best overtakes of DrAce's Ride 4 career. But moving on, we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves because we've still got about a second gap to Tommy Edwards. But I must say, I am really impressed with the handling of this Honda. It is super smooth. The acceleration is beautiful, the brakes are fantastic. Major props. It's a full 10 out of 10 for me. It's a double thumbs up, let me tell you. And as we now go into turn 17 in a moment's time, 7 minutes to 2. Right here in the hog pen, 29 degrees air temperature. Get onto the rear of Tommy Edwards. Where can we go for the lunge? Where will the overtake come? You know it's going to happen. We do not delay the inevitable, but we will, I guess, just delay it a little bit. Trying to find the space. Can we go up the inside of turn 1? Not quite. But we are right there. It's just a matter of time. We're just pursuing him now. We can either force him into a mistake or just take our time and go for a lunge. A difficult decision because I just know there's so many great opportunities for overtake. We could go turn 4 again because of course that is a very successful overtaking point for us. I am tempted. Oh, he runs it a little bit. He sort of pushed me wide there a little bit on board the BMW. Not a fan of the BMW in that colour scheme. I much prefer the original standard colours. But I guess it still looks pretty nice. Too close to the Honda in my liking for the colour scheme. Can we go to the inside for turn 9? Not quite. Tommy Edwards defending well. I'll give him that one. I'll give him that, definitely. Thumbs up for Tommy. As we now flick it right for the right-hander, flick it left for this very tight left-hander. You've got to be careful. Don't want to accelerate too quickly there because you will then go over the rumble strip of the next corner. Turn 13, turn 14, turn 15 in a moment's time. It's all coming to heads here. Can we go around the outside? Lean on him a little bit. Going up with the inside for turn 16. Yes, we have the inside line. Turn 16 navigated to perfection. Now DrAce is into the lead. Gently braking into the hog pen, and now it's going to be full throttle straight to the finish line. Well, that is a very, very successful race, a successful time trial in Nordschleife on board this brand new Honda. So I'm pleased with that one, guys. I hope you are too. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be alerted to every single DrAce upload. Upon that note, guys, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow for MotoGP 21, and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.